One of the big key trends for this spring summer is orange lipstick, and not the kind of pale, peachy, apricot-y kind of orange. They're really bright, full-on orange. So obviously it's a little bit scary when you first see bright orange lipstick, especially if you're not used to it. So I'm going to show you a couple of ways you can wear it. I'm going to begin with a nice natural base. I'm going to use the CC Cream by Bourjois. This is number 32. And I think because it's spring summer, we're going to have quite a strong lip on. Skin should look as natural as possible. So that's my base on. It's nice and natural. So I'm just going to power through the rest of the base so we can get onto the orange lip. So onto the orange lipsticks. And if you neutralize your skin first, so if you sort of use a nice base that evens out your skin tone like I've done, and concealer to sort of get rid of any redness or any sort of pigmentation, it's amazing actually how many shades of orange you can get away with. I think if you are naturally quite neutral, and by that I mean you're not extremely yellow or you're not extremely pink, you know, red in the face, then you can get away with so many different shades of orange, and they will look good because a lot of it depends on the rest of your makeup. So if your base is lovely and your blusher really ties in with the shade of orange you're using, and your eye makeup is appropriate and suits it well, then orange really is a very easy, flattering, beautiful, summery colour to wear. The only time I'd say avoid certain shades of orange is if you have a lot of red or pink in your skin. So even when you've done your base, you still have that real red undertone and on your body, your neck and everywhere else. And in that case, I would say avoid the really yellowy shades, you know, those kind of oranges that have tons and tons of yellow in them, because they will really jar against your skin. They will really look artificial and can look a little bit sickly, a little bit washed out in a way, even though it's a bright orange, and just quite strange. Whereas if you are olive with lots of yellow in your skin tone, I think you can actually get away with most shades of orange, because the warmer, the yellowy ones will sit very well and look quite natural in a way for a bright orange. Whereas the really bright red oranges, hot tomatoes, will look beautiful as well. It's amazing when you look at shades of orange. Take, for example, one of my palettes, which has all my orange shades in for jobs. And when you look at them like that, you can see how some are just much yellower and some are much redder. So like the pure oranges, like the Mac Morange, and some of those shades, which are just very bright and very neutral orange. They have a mixture of sort of yellow and red, right through to the very yellowy ones, and then again the really red ones. So take time to choose one that really you feel flatters your skin tone. So there are also different levels of pigment. So if you're incredibly scared of orange lipstick, you can start with something quite sheer. This Bourjois pencil, for example, is quite a nice sort of pinky, almost corally orange. So it kind of introduces you in quite a gentle way to it. Likewise, this lovely Kiko glossy pencil, which I'm going to use all over now, which is sort of meant to be a lip pencil, but it's very sheer and glossy. I think you could definitely use it all over if you weren't kind of into having a really heavy pigmented lipstick. So what to team this nice wearable orange lip with? You definitely need some blusher. Most people do. I think you should definitely use something that's got quite a corally base to it. I think if you put too much bronzer on with an orange lip, it all gets quite dirty looking, quite muddy looking. So something like a really fresh, peachy, corally orange cream blusher is great. Or a powder blusher. I mean, it doesn't really matter. But just keep it really, really fresh and light. And then for eye makeup to go with this, it really depends on what your comfort level is. For example, I have a big beauty story out at the moment in Japanese Vogue, and I did an orange lip on a model. I actually left her eyes completely natural. All I did was curl her eyelashes and just went with that, which looked really modern and great. Now, obviously, lots of people won't be comfortable with that, including myself, because I like to wear mascara. So let's go through the levels here. I'm going to start by doing the basics and then applying mascara as much as you kind of are used to, and what you try and go light though, because it is a summer look and it is a summer statement. So You kind of don't want, especially if you're wearing an orange lip during the day, you don't want to put it with loads of eye makeup and too much of everything, because then you're just going to look quite 80s. And then for eyes for this level, I would suggest if you've got very fair skin, you use something like this Dior one, which is just really shimmery and light and pale. Just add a little bit of light and shimmer to your eyes. Or this palette is great for all skin tones. This is Bobbi Brown's bronze palette, and it just has a mixture of those really peachy, pinky shades. Also, there's a slightly darker brown, which is great on darker skin tones as well. So I'm going to use the Dior one and just pat it on. You can use a brush or fingers, whatever. And then to finish off this look, I'm just putting a little bit of powder through my brows. I think we just want the brows to be quite natural. It's all about the statement lip. And that's it really. That's level 1, as I'm going to call it. So let's amp it up a bit. I'm going to use Valentina, which is a beautiful, much stronger orange lipstick shade, and this is by Stila. I'm going to apply this with a lip brush. And this is a really nice satin finish. Now if you want to make that kind of lipstick last longer, I should say, then give a blot. And then you can add a little bit more. And then if you feel like, oh, your lips look a little bit thin, sometimes if you have your lip, you know, one top lip's thinner than the bottom or whatever, then it's good to go around with a pencil afterwards. So I'm just going to accentuate it a little bit. This is a Lord & Berry, really nice orange lip pencil. Try and keep those edges soft though, and make sure the lip pencil does match the lipstick, because if you end up with a brownie line around the outside, it is going to look really dated and again quite messy and muddy again. And this is a great colour that would suit lots of skin tones. I mean, on a really pale porcelain skin it would look very vibrant, and it's not too yellowy, so it's not going to make your teeth look horrifically yellow, and at the same time it's going to look great on a warmer skin tone and a darker skin tone. Once you do have a brighter colour on, you may find that you need to go back in with your blusher. Everyone's different. Some people look fine, other people you can look quite drained. So for me, I'd probably add a hint of more colour. And then if it was for an evening, you might even want to add a liner, and something like a chocolate shimmer kind of liner would look really lovely with orange. It's not going to be too heavy that it's going to suddenly feel very vamped up and vampy nighttime, but it is going to define your eyes. And if you're someone that, you know, really can't live without eyeliner, then I would say switch to a brown with an orange. Or alternatively, if you don't want to use liner, then just warm up your eyeshadow a little bit more. This is one of the shades from the Bobbi Brown bronze palette, so I'm going to go over the lighter colour and just add a little bit more warmth and depth into my eyes. But again, just keep it really simple, the eye makeup. You don't need 7 colours and blended out and winged out and God knows what, because this is all the focus should be on the lips. This is about a fresh, beautiful, vibrant orange lip. Just dust a little bit underneath as well. So that's pretty much level 2. Okay, so on to level 3, and this is the really vampy nighttime orange lip with strong eyes. I'm only doing this because this is the look I did on Keira Knightley for the Jack Ryan UK premiere, and so many people asked me to recreate it, and it was a very hot orangey lip but with a smoky eye. So I'm going to show you how I did it. So I'm going to blot this, and then I'm going to use the orange lip pencil and go all over. So the lipstick I used on Keira was a Rouge Allure Incandescent. This is one of their really fiery orangey reds. Applying it with a lip brush. So you want it to be really beautifully applied, perfectly applied, super glamorous. And then to make it last longer, you can blot and apply a second coat. On eyes, I used a black pencil on Keira, all along her waterline. If you have very small eyes, I would either skip the waterline or do something like a greyish colour that's not as heavy as black. And then I smoked underneath her eyes, so kind of dotted along the lashes, and then using a brush, smoked into them. Really, really smudge it out. If you get too much on the brush, just wipe it on a tissue and then go back in. So it keeps it very smoky. And then likewise along the top. It was quite thin at the inner corner and then thickened up, and I slightly winged out Keira's eyes for this one. So a little bit of a point, but not a kind of perfect point, not like a liquid liner point, more of a smudgy kohl type pencil one. And then just wing it out a little bit. And again, if your eyes are very small, switch this to a grey or something a little bit softer. Then I used a sparkly shadow on her. This is actually one of the Illusion Doms. It's a great colour with a reddish undertone to it. It's kind of a minky, I don't know what to call it. It's a sort of bronzy rose, mauvey violet colour. It's really pretty. And then I applied lots of individual lashes. So I'm going to put a few on now. So I've applied about 6 or 7 individual lashes across the top, and if you want a step-by-step guide on how to do that, I've already done a video, so do check it out. So that is level 3. So we've got level 1, which is great for orange lip newbies or just a great day look. And then level 2, which is a really bright, fresh take on an orange lip and a great for evening, day or night for all skin tones. And then this level 3 full-on va-va-voom, vampy, and in this case red carpet look, and a great way again to wear an orange lip. So hopefully it'll be a level that you are comfortable with and you can embrace the orange. I'll see you soon.